Welcome to From the Sacred Jainism Scripture, Uttaradhyayana, Lectures 24 and 25, Part 2 of 2 on Words of Wisdom. The Jain religion, Jainism, traditionally called Jain Dharma, originated in ancient India. Jain Dharma emphasizes the value of right perception, right knowledge, and right conduct. Through inner reflection and sincere practice of these principles, one can attain moksha, realization of the soul's true nature. The concept of ahimsa or non-violence is also central to Jainism. According to Jainism, each cosmic time cycle has 24 Tirthankaras, or beings who share their enlightenment with others. The Tirthankaras' teachings comprise the Agam Sutras, which are the holy scriptures of Jainism. In the present time cycle, the 24th and last Tirthankara was Lord Mahavira, vegan, whose name means great hero. Born into a royal family in 599 BC, Prince Mahavira decided as a young man to pursue a solitary spiritual life. After 12 years of intensive meditation, he attained Kevala Jnana, or the highest wisdom. Lord Mahavira was known to face all obstacles with acceptance and forgiveness. He also shared discourses on spiritual truths, which formed the basis of present-day Jainism. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, has paid tribute on several occasions to the spiritual strength and devotion of Lord Mahavira, vegan, during lectures given in Taiwan, also known as Formosa.
I don't know if anyone in the history of mankind could have done or could be doing or will be doing such an asceticism, such a sacrifice like the Lord Mahavira. We really salute him and are grateful. To all that he had to endure. For enlightenment, for the sake of others, yes. All these sufferings are not for naught. They would benefit the world in some way or another, even without the Lord Mahavira knowing, or even without the world people knowing or being grateful for.
Let us continue with the 25th lecture of the Uttaradhyayana Sutra, one of the most important scriptures in Jainism. This lecture is titled The True Sacrifice, whereby a sage by the name of Gaya Gosha explains to the priest Vigaya Gosha the meaning of true sacrifice and how animal people sacrifices are sinful. 25th lecture, The True Sacrifice. There was a famous Brahmana, Gaya Gosha by name, who was born in a Brahmanical family, but who was pledged to the performing of the yamas. This great sage, who subdued all his senses and who walked on the right road, came on his wandering from village to village to the town of Banaras. There, outside of Banaras, he took up his lodgings in a pleasant park. There he took up his abode in a pure place to live and sleep in. At the same time, a Brahmana versed in the Vedas, Vigaya Gosha by name, offered a sacrifice in that town. Now, this houseless monk, at the end of a fast of a month's duration, went to the sacrifice of Vigaya Gosha to beg alms. The priest wanted to turn the approaching monk off. I shall not give you alms, mendicant, beg somewhere else. When the great sage was thus refused by the priest, he was neither angry nor pleased, as he always strove for the highest good, not to obtain food or drink or whatever else he wanted, but to save these people. He spoke the following words: You do not know what is most essential in the Vedas, nor in sacrifices, nor in the heavenly bodies, nor in duties. Nor do you know those who are able to save themselves and others. But if you do, then speak out." The priest did not make a reply to defend himself against his insinuation, but he and all there assembled joined their hands and questioned the great sage. "Tell us the most essential subject in the Vedas, and tell us what is most essential in the sacrifice. Tell us the first of the heavenly bodies, and tell us the best of dharmas." Who are able to save themselves and others? I ask you to solve this my doubt, O saint. The great sage Gaya-Ghosha replied, "He who is called by people a Brahmana and is worshipped like fire is no true Brahmana, but him we call a true Brahmana, whom the wise point out as such. He who has no worldly attachment after entering the order, and who takes delight in the noble words, him we call a Brahmana. He who is exempt from love, hatred, and fear, and who shines forth like burnished gold, purified in fire, him we call a Brahmana. A lean, self-subduing ascetic who reduces his flesh and blood, who is pious and has reached nirvana, him we call a Brahmana. He who thoroughly knows living beings, whether they move or not, and does not injure them in any of the three ways, him we call a Brahmana. He who does not speak untruth from anger or for fun, from greed or from fear, him we call a Brahmana. He who does not take anything that is not given him, be it sentient or not sentient, small or large, him we call a Brahmana. He who does not carnally love divine, human, or animal beings in thoughts, words, or acts, him we call a Brahmana. He who is not defiled by pleasures, as a lotus growing in the water is not wetted by it, him we call a Brahmana. He who is not greedy, who lives unknown, who has no house and no property, and who has no friendship with householders, him we call a Brahmana. He who has given up his former connections with his kinsmen and relations, and who is not given to pleasure, him we call a Brahmana. The binding of animals to the sacrificial pole, all the Vedas and sacrifices being causes of sin, cannot save the sinner, for his works or karma are very powerful. One does not become a Shramana by the tonsure, nor a Brahmana by the sacred syllable Om, nor a Muni by living in the woods, nor a Tapasa by wearing clothes of kusa, grass, and bark. One becomes a Shramana by equanimity, a Brahmana by chastity, a Muni by knowledge, and a Tapasa by penance. By one's actions, one becomes a Brahmana or a Kshatriya or a Vaisya or a Sudra. The enlightened one has declared these good qualities, through which one becomes a true Snataka. Him who is exempt from all karma we call a Brahmana. The most excellent twice-born men who possess these good qualities are able to save themselves and others. Gaya-Ghosha, pleased, folded his hands and spoke as follows. You have well declared to me what true Brahmanahood consists in. You are a sacrificer of sacrifices. You are the most learned of those who know the Vedas. You know the Gyoti Sangha. You know perfectly the law. You are able to save yourself and others. Therefore, do us the honor to accept our alms, O best of monks. The great sage Gaya-Ghosha replied, I do not want any alms, but, O Brahmana, enter the order at once, lest you should be drifted about on the dreadful ocean of the samsara, whose eddies are dangerous. There is glue, as it were, in pleasure. Those who are not given to pleasure are not soiled by it. Those who love pleasures must wander about in the samsara. Those who do not will be liberated. If you take two cloths of clay, one wet, the other dry, and fling them against the wall, the wet one will stick to it. Thus, foolish men who love pleasure will be fastened to karman, but the passionless will not, even as the dry cloth of clay does not stick to the wall. When Vigaya Gosha had learnt the excellent law from the houseless Gaya Gosha, he entered the order. Gaya Gosha and Vigaya Gosha both annihilated their karman by self-control and penance and reached the highest perfection. Thus I say. For more information, please visit sacred-text.com.